Hey, math class. Okay, so today we're going to review multiplication and talk about kind of how it's done, how to multiply numbers together. So here I have an example. I have 38 times 7, and I'm simply going to multiply the 7 times the 8 and then the 7 times the 3 and write my answer underneath, carrying anything if necessary. So let's look at that, okay? So first of all, I'm going to kind of ignore this 3 here, and I'm going to say to myself, what is 7 times 8? Well, I know that that's 56, so my answer is 56. I'm going to write it over here just to sort of show you. The 6 I'm going to put down here, and then just like in addition, I'm going to carry the 5, okay? So it's up there. So now when I do 7 times 3, which is 21, I'm going to add that 5 to it. So 21 plus 5 is 26. And so my answer is going to be 266. Let's look at another example, okay? So the last example was one number times two numbers. This one is actually two numbers times two numbers. And sometimes it gets a little bit confusing. I'm going to go ahead and change this number into a purple one so that we can see the difference that we're doing. Let's make the 9 green too. Because it's actually very similar to the last problem that we looked at. With one extra step. So the first thing that I'm going to do is ignore the 1. Okay, I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to do this problem. Looks exactly like what we just did. I'm going to do just like that other problem. 9 times 8, and then carry anything, and then do 9 times 2. So 9 times 8 is 72. I'm going to put the 2 right here. Carry the 7. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 7. So 18 plus 7 is 25, okay? There is the answer to, like, if I can cover it up, to this problem, if we're ignoring the 1 for just right now. Okay, so now I'm going to erase this because now we're going to ignore the 9. So it's like my problem becomes times 1, right? It's like this is what I'm doing, and then First I did 28 times 9, and then now I'm doing 28 times 1, and I'm going to combine my answers together. Okay, so I'm going to write this one in purple. So we're ignoring that 9. We're ignoring the 9. I'm going to go 1 times 8, and then 1 times 2. But before I do that, I have one extra thing I have to do. I have to come down here and because I'm jumping over to the tens place, I have to put a placeholder in the ones place. Sometimes you might see it as an X, sometimes you might see it as a 0. I'll use a 0 in this case. And so now I can say 1 times 8 is 8, and then 1 times 2 is 2. Now I'm going to add these two things together, okay? 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 5 is 13. 1 plus 2 is 5. And I find out that 28 times 19 equals 532. Let's look at another example of that. Where did I've lost my eraser. Let me grab another one here. We're going to come over here. Let me write it here. 12 times 38. Okay, so again, let me come back in there and rewrite the 3. 38, remind me it's 38. 3 and 8. Let me fix that. What I think I changed the number. Okay. I don't remember what the number was beforehand. Let's do 17 times 38, okay? So again, I'm going to ignore the 3 and just deal with multiplying the 8. So 8 times 7 is 56. carry the 5. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 5 is 13. Okay, now I'm going to deal with the 3. I put my placeholder in, and I say, I can get rid of this guy. 3 times 7 is 21, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. And I add these together. So my answer is 6 plus 0 is 6, 4 plus 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Oh, I said the wrong number. 1 plus 5 is 6. 646. Let's look at a little bit more complex number. What if I have 739 times 21? Let me grab my different colored pens here. Let me write the 2 in the red and the 1 in the green. Let's solve this one. So, actually I'm going to make this, let's make it 23. Okay. So I start by ignoring the 2, right? I'm just going to deal with the 3. 3 times 9, 27, carry the 2 of the 27. 3 times 3 is 9, 10, 11, carry the 1. 9 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22, right? We're good so far. Now I'm going to come back and put my placeholder in. I'm going to erase these guys up top and go this way. 9 times 2, 18. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. Wow, look at this one. We're all the way out to the 10,000s place. Our answer is going to be huge. So let's add this up now. 7 plus 0 is 7. 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So that means 739 times 23 equals 16,997. So now let's look at an example. What happens if there is a 0 in my number? Because sometimes that makes things a little bit confusing. Let me make these a color again. I think that was a 4. I think it was a 4. Okay. So first I'm going to deal with the 2, right? Just the red number, the 2. 2 times 0 is 0, right? That's all I have to do. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And then I come back and I still have to put in my placeholder, okay? Even though 4 times 0, my first number here, is going to be 0, this is my placeholder. So that's why sometimes you'll see it as an X. Because then it differentiates between whether it's a 0 that you've already just written down or if it's your placeholder to shove you over one spot. So 4 times 0 is 0. I'm going to write it right there. 4 times 4 is 16. Carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then again, I add them up. So I have 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 4 is 10. Carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. So that means that 240 times 42 equals 10,080. Let's practice some of this.